Hello, Chris and Nick. I had someone cold chat me on WhatsApp. They just gave me a list of URLs. The one that caught my eye was DR91 with 8 million traffic and told me it was $150 for a permanent listing. I fear this to be a scam. What do you think? And I'm going to go ahead and just say this website publicly because it's such a big website. The website, because he sent me a PM about it. The website is AP News, the Associated Press. So yeah, could be scam. Could just be like I'm not really sure what's up with AP News. They might have some like author pages where anyone can sign up and basically post stuff and kind of like a free for all type area thing, but I'm not really sure if they do that or not. But generally, so AP News is a very reputable site, and to get to pay to for someone to be spamming around on a public list to pay only $150 to get basically an article on AP News, I would just call my bullshit detector is just like going off at a very high speed at that point. In general, when people are just spamming cold lists, it's just not something I consider at all ever. You might be able to find some good stuff in there from time to time, but yeah, for this specific case, it just seems very not legitimate, right? What do you think, Nick?
Um, you know, yeah, it might not be. Let me see something real quick. There's people on Fiverr saying they can get you guest posts on AP News starting at like $100. I thought I'd seen them on there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's quite a few
So
people
it's
talking
probably
about
like
getting
Medium or
you.
whatever. We can just like sign up and create your own little author page, and it's kind of like in the back section of the website or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
at the very least, they're definitely cheaper on Fiverr, and then at least you've got some protection
yeah,
against
that's true.
any issues. So you could jump on there, you could get one. A lot of the times though, like let's say hypothetically, somebody's making you a offer that sounds too good to be true. Like, let's say somebody hits you up with a Forbes link. It's only $800. Do you want it? Majority of the time, that's going to be a scam these days. And if you're willing to take a risk on whatever link through somebody on WhatsApp or somewhere where you're not protected, um, then you got to kind of gauge how much of your budget is and are you willing to risk losing it? Maybe if I think it's worthwhile, 125 bucks might not seem that bad. But at the same time, to somebody that's like looking for a really solid link to really push them through the SERPs, maybe $125 is a lot of money. So better to, guard your money. It's like the same as any kind of investing. The concept might be preservation of capital versus,
Hello. Sorry.
open for a massive gain off of something that might be a little bit riskier.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
just so you know, so like basically this tier of link building, a lot of people call this kind of like digital PR or whatever. And so
Yeah.
this style of link building where you're really going after like extremely high-end sites, um, the way this looks like in a legitimate way is they would never pitch you a list and be like, hey, I can get you a link on this website. Here's the price. That's not how it works. They can say, hey, we're gonna try to get you links on like sites that are above like DR like 80, above DR like 85. Like we're gonna try to get you super high end links. We can't guarantee anything, and it's gonna take a lot of time. But what we can do is basically you just like give them like a pool of money, and then they draw from that depending on what they're able to complete. Like nothing is like set in stone with a lot of these things. And they especially these this kind of like services, they're definitely like blasting around like public lists like that. This is a very like high end link building, and links for that kind of stuff, they end up usually costing over $500 per link. 500 to $1,000 a link is probably kind of like the ballpark for that type of stuff. But yeah, it's very like bespoke. It's very like time consuming for them to do. It takes a lot of like developing these relationships, and they definitely, without even seeing what website you're going to link to, a lot of it just depends on your website. like a lot of them. So if you give them your website and it's just some like small like affiliate site or whatever, they're just gonna be like, no, we can't get you. Like you're not a match for our company, because the way that they're doing it, the way they're getting these actual links on these high-end websites, that it would never pass their editorial process. Like if they even floated it to their editor, they would just laugh them out of the building. Like, this is not happening. We're not like linking to this trash on our website. Like, they go after these like very like it's got to be like a very specific thing. You have to be like a reputable company. You have to, be playing the game and look like you're, very like legitimate company and website and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, and what Lucian is saying in there, that he thinks some of them are posted on some domains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that on Fiverr and comparable networks as well, where it's just like it's essentially a tier two
Yeah.
subdivided kind of place where you can get a link that's not necessarily counted towards the main URL,
Yeah.
but for these kinds of links, I would just mainly consider them a pillow style link if I am going to use them. And yeah, leave it at that.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.